Good morning, everyone. I'm Claire. I'm the owner and creator behind CL Vintage Finds, and I'm here this morning with a Thursday's Treasures video. And just for those of you that don't know, Thursday's Treasures used to be live, but I've kind of stopped doing a live video so that I can post my videos both on YouTube and Facebook. And instead, we just do a pre-recorded video where I show you the items that will be brought up to my booth in Broadalbin, usually the following days. Usually on Fridays I head up to the booth, but since it's kind of in the middle of a change of seasons, I have a sale going on my fall items. Oh, just a little, let me back up one little bit. I have a booth in Broadalbin. I still have items at the Schenectady Trading Company in Schenectady on Union Street and Lower Union Street. And I still do sell some video or some items out of my house. So if there's items that you want me to hold here at my house in Schenectady, the way that works is you need to pay for it today and I can hold it for you till the end of the weekend. So till Sunday. After Sunday, if you haven't picked up, I will place the item back in my inventory and return your money. And those payments I take on Venmo. So I think that's just about everything. My booth in Broadalbin is at the Broadalbin Antique Mall. It's at 15 West Main Street in the village of Broadalbin. Ranger's here with me today. He's behind the camera. He has a little bit of paint on him. I have a new painter here. Those of you may remember, I talked about it a little bit early in the summer. I had a painter that had promised me to paint my garage for 3 years. And I think at some point last year told me he could no longer do it for the same quote, that he could only do 3 sides of the garage for that. I thought that was a little weird, but I decided I wasn't going to be extorted for more funds and agreed to that. So I did agree to that. And then once he started, and it started work finally this year, all of his excuses that he used in prior years, which were all rain excuses, went away, and he started and he tried to extort double and up to triple the amount of money. So I, ended his services. And I have a new painter here that's fixing all the problems with the work he did. He did some, some decent work and some kind of shoddy work. So the new guy's here. So Ranger loves him and has been hanging out with him while he's been painting, and as a result has gotten a little bit of paint on him. Actually primer, we're priming at this point. So that's that, enough about me. Let's get on to my awesome items. I'm trying to think of where I want to start today, and let's start with my candles. Let's talk about these. This particular scent is called Vintage Christmas. I'm generally trying to do them at this point. I got a bunch of vintage jars, so when I have them, I'm going to use them. These, they're called pint jars even way back, but from what I can find, but I find that I can only get about 15 ounces, so that's what's marked on here. My candles are 100% soy. I use essential oils and very high quality fragrance oils. I use wicks that are 100% cotton with a paper filament, no wire, no bad for you ingredients. I posted on my page the other day the benefits of using soy wax, and specifically 100% soy wax. And actually that article was written by the company where I purchase now, other than the essential oils that I use, some of those I make myself, and some of them, which technically even the ones I make myself because of the process I use, are deemed fragrance oils as opposed to pure essential oils. Real essential oils have to be made through almost like how you make alcohol, a distilling process. So anyways, I try to use the best ingredients I can find. And this one just smells so much to me like a Christmas shop. Like when you go into your favorite shop at Christmas, one of the ones that comes to mind for me is the Speckled Hen. It just smells like Christmas. This one has spices and pine boughs. It's just really awesome. I put the description on my page yesterday. This jar, again, these are all ball, but I'm not, with some of these vintage jars, I'm not sticking to just ball. Generally, I do, long story, my other jars that I used to use from ball, I did officially get word from the company. They have stopped making the smooth-sided jars. So I am going to have to go to other jars once I run out of these. And I already found a new jar, which I'll show you next. So anyways, I just want to also talk about, you know, I make everything on these. These labels I make. I add little charms sometimes. This one's a little galloping deer. And I do everything myself. So you really are getting a handmade, hand-poured, high-quality candle. This larger size, even with these vintage jars, are 24. That's my gift to you. They should probably be more, but that's what I'm doing. Here's another one, just in case people don't like the aqua and like this style. This one has a little truck with a tree as the charm. Hopefully you can see that. And it's funny, when I'm looking at the screen, it shows that these are vintage or backwards, but I think my mirroring issue is fixed. So all fixed. Oh, and I'm also almost out of space on my phone, so I have been deleting things like crazy, trying to be able to shoot a whole video without it getting cut off. This is my new 8-ounce size jar. I like them because they come with the lid, so I don't have to pay twice. And they kind of call them a square jar, which they are a little bit square, but it's kind of hard to see. And I think the little gingerbread man is so cute. So the smaller size is 8 ounces, and those are $14. So 14 and 24. So that's the candles. Next up, I'm going to talk about, as many of you know, if you've purchased from me in past years, I make all kinds of little tree decor at Christmas. They range in price from, I don't even know what the smallest ones, under 10 and up. We'll just say under 10 and up. I haven't put prices on these yet. I've got to, you know, kind of go through what I have and see what I've priced in the past, and I'll keep it consistent with that. So this one I think is so cute. It's a vintage creamer with a gold tree, and I put all these little pearls in it, and this is a vintage pin. So super cute, super cute. I'm trying to get used to looking around at the camera. Even last time when I thought I was looking at the camera, it didn't come off that way. So I'm really trying to make sure I'm making good eye contact. Hopefully I'm getting better. Hopefully each one of these videos is getting better. Okay, so that's that. And I love this one. This has got a pretty heavy, this is ceramic base that I painted to look like wood. And I love these trees. I saw something similar at, I got these, I think, at Target last year, but I think Walmart now has something similar, but I don't know, theirs don't look as fluffy. And with this, it's got a little wood cutout, laser cut star. So cute. I sold a lot of those last year. So, and I think I'm still seeing, you know, bottle brush trees. This isn't even really a bottle brush tree. So I'm still seeing these types of trees out there at all the places when I'm stopping. So I'm assuming there's still a decor trend. Okay, next up, this is pretty big. Oh, I should get a measuring tape. It's pretty big. It's a good size vase. It's a vintage vase that hopefully I made over and made it look just a little bit more vintage. Last week, I love milk paint. If I haven't talked about that before, the thing that I love the most about milk paint is you get a really nice, authentically chippy finish. And it's layers. You gotta layer it. There's a lot of things that you have to do, but this has been layered, so there's a dark paint underneath, and then I think you can see the chippiness. Oh, and that's the other thing that I do love about, and I'll show you, all of these were painted last week with the same batch of paint, but on some pieces you get a little bit more crackle and crazing, and on other pieces you don't. So there's a little bit of all of that here. Like I said, there's that. And I want you to see I even finished the back of this one. So a smaller image on the back, a bigger image on the front. These images are beautiful. They're transfers from IOD. This is their Christmas this year, their 2023 holiday release. They're stunning. And then this has been sealed with multiple layers of clear coat and sanded back, so it's got a nice smooth finish. I mean, obviously where the chippiness is, you can feel that. If I sand it back to, you know, complete smoothness, you'll lose too much of the authentically looking chippiness. So anyways, beautiful vase. This one, I just put a tape on these to let me know. This one is $38. So, I mean, look, it's bigger than my head for sure. I mean, here's my head right next to it. So definitely, I think a great deal. This would look so pretty with some pine in it. I posted a picture of it with a fall rose, I'm looking at it, a fall rose kind of bouquet that I actually got at Walmart. Sometimes Walmart's florals are nice, sometimes they're not. So you really got to pick and choose. Okay, last 3 items. These are all the cutting boards. This one, I love these images. Again, this is IOD. That's a deer image. I added a little bit of floral. I added a leather tie, and then, you know, like I said, any of these things can be removed. And just so you know a little bit about these are vintage boards. I prefer to use vintage boards. I can't always find them. I've got a good supply now, but in the past I couldn't always find vintage, and I did use some not vintage boards, but I would say that in my tags. This is vintage. And what I'm doing now with my boards, I painted this. It's a beige color. This is not milk paint. This is a mineral paint, not a chalk paint, a mineral paint. And but it's, you know, it's similar to chalk paint. I make these tags. I make them myself. On one side there's a Christmas image, and the other side I think bird images. So if you don't like one, you can just flip it. I try to make them to coordinate. And the back side, however, this is a maple board. This particular board, you can tell, is several pieces of maple that they then, you know, combine together and cut to make this board. I always leave some of the old knife marks in it. I don't sand those all back. I like them. I think that keeps them authentic. There's some kind of message in my thing, so sorry about my finger in your face. But so back side is completely cutting safe. I finished the back side with Walrus cutting board oil. It's my favorite. They use it's a USA company. I try to buy from all USA companies, and they use really good, I don't remember exactly what's in that one. Coconut oil is the primary. It's a blend of oils, and coconut oil is one of them. So really nice quality boards. This one is $34. So $34, beautiful deer image. And you know, you can decide if you want to keep, oh, I just want to point out, and a little rusty star. So I love those. So there's some red. I try to tie the florals in. This floral has a little bit of sparkles, which I don't always love because they shed. But I try to find stuff that, I'm not finding great stuff this year. I got to head back over to Hobby Lobby and take another look at theirs. Okay, this board is huge. This can be, I finished this that it can be a serving board, not a cutting board, because there's paint on both sides. This I painted I painted this. I painted the back a while ago, but the front is the same. That milk paint that I use is absolutely food safe and cutting safe and all that, but as soon as I put an image on, then it's not. So I got a little bit of chippiness, as you can see. And again, there was multiple layers on this one. Dark layers, white layers, and then this image, and then I sanded it back so it really looks authentic and old, I think. I think it came out really pretty. And all of these pieces can be used for decor as well. So best ingredients that I can find. And, you know, I personally like any 2 fur. If it's a 3 fur, even better. So I have boards in my kitchen just kind of piled up with my wood bowls as a display, but I also use them. And the one that I treasure the most is obviously our family one that was used for family meals for, you know, going back a long, long, long time. You know, I don't know if 100 years, but getting up there. So I treasure that one. All right, I love this board. This is also, we believe, maple. I wasn't positive on these, so I had a friend that I trust take a look at them. And we really think that one, the other one that I showed you is maple, and this one is maple. It's got some heft to it. Maple can be heavy. Same, I finished it the same, you know, all sanded back, deep cleaned, and then sealed with walrus oil. This was, I didn't get a lot of chipping on this one. And that's what I mean. You just never know with milk paint if you're going to get chippiness, if you're going to get crazing. There's some crazing that you can see. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but there is some crazing, kind of big crackles on this one, and a little bit of chipping. So you just never know. You can't control it. And sometimes the other thing I like about milk paint, with some of the colors, you get shading, like it almost looks like the paint wasn't blended, but that's the nature of it. That's what makes it awesome. And I just love it. I love milk paint. I don't always use it because you got to mix it and there's a lot of things. But, and oh, I didn't say, this is 38. So Santa, I didn't put any floral of any kind on him. I wanted him to stay kind of rustic looking, so I didn't do that. I chose not to. I did put a leather handle on him, just in case somebody wants to hang it or whatever, but I just didn't think that he needed floral. This hot cocoa sign is 34, so it is larger, but since you can't, I mean, you can use it as a serving board, but since you can't also use it as a cutting board, I decided to just do 34. So that's it today, everybody. That's my Thursday Treasures video. Please tell me which item is your favorite. You know, drop it in the comments for me. If you had a favorite item today, just let me know. Doesn't mean you have to purchase it. Just let me know which item you like. Kind of helps me gauge what I should be making more of. If you are interested in purchasing any of these items, please send me a message and we'll get that all figured out. Thank you so much. Thank you for your continued support. It means a ton. My videos are getting tons of views. I love it. Makes me super happy. My channels are all growing, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Have a great, I plan on going up to Broadalbin tomorrow. I will pick another booth to feature, so stay tuned for a video tomorrow, possibly live. If it's live, it'll only be on Facebook, but if I can't get my equipment working, then it'll just be, then it'll be not live, it'll be pre-recorded, and it'll be on both channels. That's it. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.